we are going to learn chapter number 4, banking and monetary policy of the subject economics. In last chapter we have learned something about money. We come to know how the money come to the existence. See, now the money already exists in our economy. Now the question is how to keep the money safe. So nowadays, as we know that to keep money safe, we need to have some safe deposit, some safe account. So here the bank is derived for the keeping money safe, to store the money safe, and so that we can use in the future. We already know our parents may have opened bank account and they are keeping money in that for our future life. And also we are making bank transaction, like we are buying things on from the loan that taken from the bank, or sometimes we can use bank for the transfer. And nowadays banks are very important. There are plenty way we are using bank. So the word bank is not new for us. We already knows plenty things that bank is helping us. So here the question is how the bank is derived, how the word bank is derived. So here it is given that the word bank is derived, the Sanskrit word is bhanda. So here bhanda means the collection of capital or collection of fund. And it is bhanda is also from the word bhanda, it is also the word bhandor is derived. And the bhandor is also called capital or fund. That we know, we already learned all these things in accounts. Okay, so from the bhanda, the word bhandor is derived. So in English, the word bank means heap or mass. There is a heap of money, there is a plenty money, that is called bank. The English word bank originated from the Italian word banca and also from the French word banque, means bank. So in olden time, European people were used to sit on bench with the currency of different country, and they were used to exchange it on banks. That's why the word bank is arrived, and the word bank means the fund or capital, that is called bank. So this is how the word bank arrived. Okay, from above discussion we come to know that the bank word arrived from the capital or fund which relate to money. So here the Bank of Barcelona started in 1401 in Spain. We come up with currency notes. So here the bank started with the currency notes, and again bank work as a medium of exchange and store value of money. So here all the function of money was satisfied with the bank, and again there was a need to maintain the value of money, and for that all the institution has worked to maintain the value of money, because the money were used in a future date. Money was used to use in a future date. So for future we have to maintain the value of money. So there was a need of bank, and that's when the institution which work as a bank come to known as a bank. So here there is a meaning of bank. So very first meaning of bank is a bank is that institution which provide the service of banking. Nowadays, as we know, there are plenty service that are provided by bank. So all the service which institute is providing that services, that known as a bank. The another definition of bank, that is a bank is an institution authorized to collect. See here, to collect people's savings. See here, whatever the people are earning, from that some of the portion of that earning is spending for their day-to-day life. life, but some of the portion of income that is saved by the people. That saving is collected by bank with the purpose to lend those money in a condition to returning the same when depositor demand. So here the money which is given by people must be given back to them by bank in demand. So when the people are asking for that saving, the bank must to give them back. So here this is the second definition of bank. So from here we can come to know that bank is a commercial institution. Bank is a commercial institution which works for profit. As we know, the bank cannot work without the profit, because bank have to pay the salary to the staff, and there are the other administration costs that must be paid by bank. So bank must make profit. That's why it is called commercial institution. So all the commercial bank, they are working with the intent, with the motto to profit, and they collect the money of the people and giving them interest, and the same money is given to the people, those who are asking for money. Their banks are giving loan to the other people. So here we can understand straight that the bank is collecting money, the rate of the collection of money that will be lower. That means whatever the collection has been done by bank from the people, the interest is given to them. That rate of interest must be lower than the loan interest. So the between of the interest will be the profit of the bank, and that will be used for the administration of bank, and that's why it is called commercial bank. So this is the definition of bank, and from that we can come to know that there are two types of banks. So here banks are classified into two categories. Very first category is called commercial bank, and the other bank is called central bank. So there are mainly two categories of the bank, and this is very important that Bank of Barcelona was the first bank, and it was in Spain. Okay, now we have seen the definition of bank, and in that we have seen that the banks are the institute which take money from the people and give those who need it. So that is called banking. And we have already seen the types of bank, that is commercial bank as well as central bank. So here let's see the definition of commercial bank. The commercial bank is those bank which according to Banking Company Act 1949, commercial bank is one which transacts the business of banking. That means that is accepting deposit from the people or from the people for the purpose of lending or investment, repayable on demand. See, the money that is accepted by bank, that can be lent to other person, lent to those person who need it, or it can be invest somewhere. Invest somewhere means bank can, whatever money is with the bank, that can be invest in a different sector like agriculture sector or industry sector or other sector. It can be invest for the development of the country, or it can be repayable to whom, from that from the person who the bank have taken. So it can be repayable on demand. So whenever the person who is asking money, that is going to repayable to them. And how to repayable them? So they can ask, or it can be after certain period of time. Whatever the period is mentioned at the time of accepting deposit, whatever the period is given, after finishing that period, money can be given back to them. Or the same money can be withdrawal by the people by the check or draft or pay order or any other way. Let's say ATM or other way. Whenever the people wants to take the money back, they can take it back. So that is called banking. So here we can also understand the thing that here commercial bank, what they are doing, they are using money to do what? So the value of money can money that is stay with the people, that is not going to use by them, they are just keeping in their cupboard. So that's supposed to be come out from the cupboard, and that should be utilized for what? So to lend the other person, those who are needy, or that can be for the investment purpose, so the country can develop. So the unmobilized money can become to the mobilization, and that mobilization can give what? That can increase the value of money, and that can give the development to the country. So that is the intention of banking sector, to take the money from the people. So that is the very first thing, that the money should be mobile and it should be rotate in the economy. The other thing that is that the money, the bank, whatever the money is taken from the one person and given to the other person. So here the accepting rate of the money, interest rate of the money is lower than the land. Whatever the money is given by the bank, the lending rate is higher and the accepting rate of the interest will be the lower. So difference of that is called profit, and the commercial bank, they are working for the purpose of profit, and that's why it is called commercial bank. So commercial bank does very good thing for the economy. Very first thing, they are doing what? They are taking money from the people, so that unutilized or unmobilized money can come to the mobilization. The second thing, they can lend the people, those who need it. So second thing will be that. The third thing, they will develop the economy, as they are investing money in different sector of the country. So the different sector can get money, and that sector can get boom, and in that way investment can be possible with the help of banking. So here commercial bank does very good function of the for the country, and thus we are going to see next the function of the commercial banks. Okay. Our next topic is a function of commercial bank. Commercial bank, mainly there are two functions of commercial bank. That is, very first is a primary functions, and the second is a secondary function. So in that primary function, we can say that mainly accepting deposit. The second one is a providing credit facility. The third one is a payment and withdrawal. The fourth one is a credit creation, and the fifth one is a interbanking transaction. So these are the primary function of commercial bank. And in the secondary function, there are two functions: agency and utility service, and providing various other service to the customer. So these are the secondary function of commercial bank. So in the primary function, we can see very first function is accepting the deposit. So here we already discussed that the banks, they are formed to accept the people's saving, people's deposit. So here the bank is accepting the deposit of the people, and that is again there are three types of deposit. Very first deposit is a current deposit, the second one is a saving, and the third one is a fixed deposit. So saving deposit is also divided into two categories called saving deposit as well as recurring deposit. In a accepting deposit, very first deposit is a current deposit. Current deposit means the customer has to open current account in a bank, where bank can keep money safe of the customer. But here, as we know that current deposit, the customer of the current deposit mainly is business entity or firm. So that in that type of deposit, they can withdraw money as many times they want to withdraw from the bank. So here bank is not giving any interest to the current deposit. So current account depositor cannot get any interest from the bank. Contrary, sometimes bank can charge the bank charges from this account. So here there is no intent to get interest from this deposit, and there is a need of banking service because of the business. So to open this account, we have to have business, then and then only we can open this current account, And again, as it is a business account, so businessman can also get overdraft facility on the current account. It is again depend upon the situation, and it can be varied from situation to situation. So this is our current account, and as we discussed, in current account bank cannot give any interest to the depositor. The second one is a saving account deposit. Saving account deposit means the money of this account can be kept for short period of time, and bank can allow to withdraw money from this either by check or by slip. So here withdrawal is allowed, but this withdrawal cannot be frequently the way it is in current account. So the withdrawal is restricted, limited, and that's why it is called saving account. And saving account, interest rate of saving account is lower. In that, the another thing is the recurring deposit. See here we can see that the small salaried person, middle class people, they cannot save their money the way they want to save. So from their salary or from their income, they can save some portion of that, and they can deposit in the bank, and they can keep it in the bank, and the deposit as well as interest of that amount, they can get more amount. So that's why the recurring account can be opened by salaried people or middle class people to save some money from their income. So that is called recurring deposit. Recurring deposit means for each month they can save some amount and deposit in that. In some recurring deposit, there is a penalty for skipping that installment. So in some recurring account there can be a penalty also. That is also depend upon the bank. So this is the saving account and recurring account. The third deposit is called fixed deposit, and as we know, it is fixed deposit or it is called long term deposit. The saving is short term deposit and fixed deposit is for long period of time, and the specific time is already mentioned in the deposit. So the interest rate on this deposit is highest. So if the fixed deposit has been done, the interest can be get more on that. So for a long period of time, deposit can be done, and for that interest rate will be higher than the other deposit. Again, the fixed deposit is for different period of time. It can be for 30 days, it can be for 120 days, it can be for 180 days, or 1 year, 5 years, it can be any time. So again, from bank to bank and deposit to deposit, the interest rate of this fixed deposit is also differ from time to time. So this is our very first point, that is accepting deposit. In that we can see there are mainly three type of deposit: current deposit, saving deposit and fixed deposit. So that is accepting the deposit. The second one is a providing credit facility. Providing credit facility means whatever deposit bank is getting from the other, that given to the needy people. That is providing credit facility. Credit facility can be given to those who need the money for their personal reason. Let's say they want to have house or car, or for education purpose, or for the business purpose, or for profession. So bank can give credit to the people for their personal need as well as professional need. And here again the rate of interest of all that providing credit facility can be differ according to the length of the money, and it can be differ from time to time. So here bank can provide money, to give money to the people for, let's say, agriculture purpose, or for business, to open a new business, or for the expansion of a business, or for the education purpose of the children, or to have a car, or to have anything, whatever the reason people need money, bank can give for that. And again the duration of the providing credit facility will be differ. Let's say it can be for short period, it can be for medium period, or it can be for long period. Short period in a theoretical sense, we can say short period is it can be up to 1 year, up to 1 to 5 year can be medium type of loan, and for long period of time it can be from 5 to 15 years. So time period, it is in a theoretical sense. Again, it can be differ from the situation and the bank. So this is the second thing, that is providing credit facility or to give money on land. That is the second function of commercial bank. The third facility that is provided by bank is a payment or withdrawal of a money. So here whatever money we are keeping in the bank, that can be paid to other party. If we need to make a payment to other party, that can be also possible through bank, or if the money wants to withdraw by the depositor, that is also possible. So here payment and withdrawal, both the facility is provided by the bank. So here payment can be through check, or it can be through debit card, credit card, or it can be net banking or mobile banking. Anything payment can be done by bank. Withdrawal can be also possible. Withdrawal can be possible by withdrawal slip, or by check, or by ATM card, or any other way. So withdrawal or payment, both facility are given by bank for the payment of the money. So that is the next function of a bank. The fourth function of a bank is the commercial bank is a credit creation. So here, if any person who is depositing money, that can be given by the bank to other person. That we already seen, that already discussed about that. Whatever money is accepted by bank, that is given to the other people for their need. So here, if a person is giving money, or if a person is depositing 1,000 in the bank, and the same money can be given as a loan to other person, but the difference, that is, let's say, cash reserve ratio, that can be reserved by bank for their emergency purpose. So cash reserve ratio can be restricted to the bank, and the other money can be lent to the other person, and the lend of that money can be again utilized by that person, and from that also there will be another loan can be created. So if a money can be given, let's say a person A has deposited ₹1,000 to the bank, and if, let's say, cash reserve ratio is 200, then the remaining 800 can be again given to other person called B as a loan, and the same money 800 can be again deposited by B in a bank, and from that again, let's say, 160 can be reserve ratio, and the remaining money again come to the bank. So from 1,000 only, the credit of more than 1,000, it can be 5,000 can be created by bank. So that is called credit creation. So from above discussion, we can find out the formula to see the credit creation. So credit creation means, here we can say primary deposit into 1 upon CRR. So this is how we can find out the credit creation. And credit creation is very useful in developing the country, so that the 1,000 rupee, that is primary deposit, that can be helpful to develop the nation. Our next function of commercial bank is interbanking transaction. Interbanking transaction means those transactions that can done between two banks. That means if one bank is needed money and another bank is having money, they can exchange the money, so that their routine business can be done smoothly. So here, whenever the money is needed by one bank and another bank is giving, there is in between there is a central bank. So no bank will be knowing to whom money money is given or from whom money is taken. That can be for short term and long term. So when there is an exchange of money, there will be a transaction of money for short period of time. It is called call money. When one bank is taking money from another bank through central bank for short period of time, it is called call money. And the rate of interest at which the transaction has been done, it is called call money interest rate. So this is the interbanking transaction. These are the primary function of commercial bank. Let's see the secondary function of commercial bank. So in a secondary function, we can see that very first function of commercial bank is as an agency and utility service. As we know that a bank is providing many services to its customer. In that, very first is let's say when there is we already learned in 11 that when we are making import-export business, in that letter of credit is very important. So that letter of credit is given by bank. So very first service that is given by bank is issuing letter of credit in the business of import-export. The second function of commercial bank is to issue the tax challan. When there is a business entity need to have tax challan that can be issued by bank, and that tax challan can be submitted to government. The third function that is as a bank is giving locker services to its customer, where the customer can deposit money or jewelry or important document, whatever we want to keep safe, we can keep safe in our bank. So that is the third function. Next, the bank is giving facility of microfinance to small business entity. So here microfinance facility also provided by bank to its customer. So there are various other facility that can be provided by bank to its customer, that is as an agency and utility service. The other function of commercial bank is provide various facility. In various facility, we know that banking is in a banking there is a continuous changing, continuous expansion is there. Nowadays we can see that electronic transfer is possible in a bank. Electronic transfer is done through various facility called RTGS and NEFT. RTGS means real time. RTGS means real time gross settlement, and NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer. So this transaction is possible through core banking. So these facilities are provided by bank, and after that the other facility that is provided by bank is Demat account. Demat account means we already know the concept of Demat means the electronic form of a shares. As we know nowadays, if we want to transfer the share or if we want to purchase or sell the share, we need to have Demat format of the share. So that is possible only through bank. Banks is also provide other facility called if you want to book ticket, if you want to purchase the goods, if you want to transfer anything within a 1 hour, that can be possible through bank. So bank is nowadays is not we can say that bank is not giving only facility to keep our money safe, but also giving other facility that can make customer the transfer of the customer very easy. So these are the function of commercial bank, and that's it for today. We are going to see in our next video, we are going to see the types of scheduled bank, and again we are going to see central bank and function of central bank, etc. Thank you students.